Well, good morning, everyone. Does that sound familiar? There it is again. We're going to talk about the major scale today for G. And I'm going to show you how I do that. And it's good to know and a little boring getting at it. But I'll tell you what, if you could make yourself learn it, discipline yourself to learn just this scale right here, you can move it around and find a whole lot more. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to take a little different approach, but I want you to learn this because it'll help you. And today we're going to focus on the key of G. Because it will help you when you're playing in that key. And of course, if you want to play in the key of A, you can do the very same pattern. You're just going to move up a couple frets. And if you want to play in B, well, the same thing. Move up 2 frets and use the same pattern. So let's get at it. And we're going to start out by showing you something that I showed you a long time ago. It's on one of the videos back there. First, let me have a little coffee from my Mass Street music cup. That was such a great store. Okay, so here we go. So here's the first pattern I want you to think about. And if you didn't already remember it, or if you didn't learn it already, learn this one first, okay? So we're going to start out finding a root for G, which there's one right here. There are other places too, but this one here, because when you make the G chord, you'll notice it's the 3rd fret. It's where you put your finger here to play that nice G chord. I like the G chord. It's so open. It's beautiful sounding. Probably one of my favorite chords. Okay, so there's the G. And another way you can figure out that that's the root note is just go up the scale. You start with an open E, right? Because your strings are E, A, D, G, B, E. If you don't know that, you need to know that first off. Okay, so there's your E string. Here's one here too. So now you know the E's on both sides. You're already part the way through learning the strings if you didn't learn them yet. You just have 4 more to go. Okay, so here's the E. And E to F, remember E to F, only 1 fret. E to F, B to C, always 1 fret. Everything else is 2 frets. So E, F, 1 fret, 2 frets, G. There it is right there. And of course, if you were to go on to A, go up 2 frets. And if you're going to go on to B, go up 2 frets. And if you're going to go on to C, go up 2 frets, or 1 fret. See, I almost messed up. Okay, so got that part? So we know our root is right here. It's where we're going to start this out. Now, the first thing I want to show you is something you probably already know. It's a really important pattern. But if you play the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, the 7th fret on the low E string, then you move up 1 string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret again. Okay? That's the beginning of your scale. Okay? All right. Now here's the thing. Move over to the 4th string and move up 2 frets and make that same exact pattern. Okay? So that's G, A, B. So you're already realizing that that is a repeat of this. Just moving over the 4th string, and you're going to move down here to the 5th fret and repeat it, the very same pattern. It's the same thing, just an octave up. But here's one more. Move over to the 2nd string. Okay, here and you ended here, right? And what I want you to do is go to the 8th fret, okay? Because you got that B, and that B, you know, when you tune your guitar, you'll notice the B is off. Well, so you have to compensate for it. So in this case, it's not going to be up 2 frets. It's going to be up 3 frets. Okay? So you're going to start there, and the same exact pattern. Same pattern. There it is right there. So we have okay? So practice that for a while, get that down, because each of those is 6 notes of the 7-note scale, okay? You want to know where the 7th note is? Well, just go up to the 4th string and hit the 4th fret. And then you're going to start all over again by just moving up 1 fret, okay? So it sounds like this. There it is. That's the scale. 4, 5, okay? And then you move up here where it ends. And then it ends on the 8th. And then, of course, there's no more strings. You have to come up here and start down here somewhere. Okay, so that's the first part you need to spend time with. Just learn that and then go back and get used to doing this. Okay? There's your G scale. So, okay, so we've got this part down here. Almost missed it, okay? So remember that, okay? And those are octave higher as each other. They're the same exact notes. So now you know if this is G here, and then you start again, that's a G there. So you know there's a G, and there's a G, a root note. And so now you know if you start here, there's a G there as well on the 8th fret, 2nd string. Okay? So now you found some root notes. It's a good way to kind of explore your guitar, okay? All right, so we got that part done. Now, let's move a little bit further. Let's go down the scale. And so here we're gonna do go back to the 8th fret where you started. Right there, okay? And we're gonna go back down the scale, okay? You ready for this? Okay, so this is one you have to learn. You're gonna start here at the 8th fret, and you're gonna go to the 7th fret. You're on the 2nd string. Now you're gonna go to the 3rd string, and you're gonna go to the 9th fret, and the 7th fret, okay? And then you're gonna go to the 10th fret, and we're now on the 4th string. 9th fret, okay, 7th fret, and there it is. This is the 10th fret on the 5th string. So let me do that again. We're on the 8th fret, 7th fret. Let's try that again. 8th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, 9th fret, 7th fret, and then you're on the 5th string, and you're hitting that 10th fret again. When I think about it, I mess up. Okay, so learn that. It'll come in handy. Okay, so you got that part? So let's finish that up. Second string, 8th fret, 7th fret, go to the 3rd string, 9, 7, 10, I moved over another string, 9, 7, and then 10 on the 5th string. Let's finish that up. So now we're going to move down to the 9th fret on the 5th string, 7th fret on the 5th string, and then go to the 10th fret again, and then go to the 8th fret, 7th, and then slide back to the 5th and slide back to the 3rd. Okay, so what do we have so far? And then we added 9, 7, 10, 8, 7, 5, 3. Okay? All right. So now give that a try. Okay? That's the G. And you've just figured this out. Practice these. Get them down. Break them up in pieces. Now there's one more I want to show you from here. So we remember this first part. The first scale, remember that one? All I want you to do for this now is go up and start again. On the 7th fret, you're on the 4th string. Now go back to the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And then go to the 5th. Go to the 7th. Go to the 5th on the 2nd string. Go to the 7th on the 2nd string. And then go here to the 8th on the 2nd string. And then go back down. Okay, so that is something I'd like for you to spend some time with. Break it up in pieces. Don't try to do it all at once. Start out with this one and learn that. Make sure you remember how to do your octave higher. Learn that. Then come here and learn this. And then learn that part, okay? And so what you'll find is if you can do this when you're playing in G, you get the idea? So you start learning these scales, you can add them in when you're playing you're in the key of G, playing in the 1, 4, 5. So it makes it kind of a lot of fun, G, C, and D. That's another scale. We won't go into that. So just remember, start with this part, then add to it, and then come back down. And remember to that you can play octaves. That's really good for doing lead, by the way. Learning that. And just remember, you can move that around. So if you play this in G and you move up 2 frets, you're now playing in A, and you move up 2 frets. Or move up 1 fret, you're now in C. See how this works? All those scales will move all over the fingerboard, and you can find your root notes everywhere. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it right there, and I hope it's not too boring for you. But if you can discipline yourself and spend a little time with each one of those little patterns, I'm telling you, it'll pay out. All right. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.